Data Bytes, Episode 8, Look Up. Rushing through the parking lot to my car, I barely recognized the darkness all around me. Another late night at the office left me rushing to get to the freeway and home to some family time. As I merged onto the freeway, the notification in the car indicated that I had a text message. In my best voice command voice, I said, "Read it." It was a message from Ever. "Dada, tonight the sky is clear. A perfect night for watching stars. Hashtag space debris." I didn't even realize how clear the night sky was in my rush to leave the office. When Ever was 3, she used to lay on the floor and gaze up at the ceiling and watch the projection of the stars in the solar system before going to bed. She would look on with sheer awe, her hands clasped behind her head. Quietly, she would take in the stars, the moon, the strange shadows the fan blades made with the projected image. As Ever would lay there on the floor and Xander in his crib, we would talk about the millions of stars, comets racing across the sky, and the immensity of it all. None of us could grasp the size of the sun relative to the Earth, or that the Earth was orbiting around the sun, and that the moon was orbiting around the Earth. I would try to explain to the kids that the moon would take about 30 days to orbit around the Earth. We would also talk about the 365 days it would take the Earth to travel around the sun. As I pulled into the driveway, the night sky was amazingly clear. The universe had decided to put on quite a show. I sat for a minute and reminisced about watching the night sky with the kids. I had this terrible habit of trying to make every moment with them into a teachable moment. I tried to entertain them, but I could not help the desire to teach. I would tell the kids to close their eyes while lying on the grass at night, and then open them and tell me what they saw. I would get various responses like an alien ship, a comet, or even Bluey. I would talk to the kids about how the space program raced during the 1960s to put a man on the moon in 10 years. As they gazed at the moon, I asked them to imagine the work that went into building the rockets, the spacesuits, the training, and even the little things like how would they go to the bathroom in space. As the kids grew, I would tell them about how when I was in elementary school in 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart in the first 73 seconds of flight, just 46,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. Then in 2003, the Space Shuttle Columbia broke apart upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. We talked about all the data. The cost of the Columbia was north of $7 billion. It had orbited the Earth about 48,000 times. It had a max speed of over 17,000 miles per hour. It had 28 missions, and it left a lot of space debris when it broke apart. Turns out the kids could not get the speed or the number of times around the Earth, but they understood debris. Kids are great at creating messes and debris. We talked about the space litter and how as things were launching into outer space, there are sometimes accidents and other tragedies that lead to things being left behind in space. They were fascinated by the fact that some things as small as a paint chip could break a window or tear the glove of an astronaut out on a spacewalk. I told them that there were millions of pieces of space debris and that over 14,000 pieces were actually being tracked in a database because they could be classified as small, medium, and large. A person would actually identify the piece of space debris uniquely and associate it with the country that created it. The debris was data. It had to be seen to be tracked. It was my constant example to the kids that data could be seen. Sarah must have seen me come down the driveway. She came outside to find me sitting in the car looking up at the sky. Just as she came up to the window, the car notified me that I had another text message. I pushed the button to see the text. It was Ever again. "Dada, hashtag see data clearly." Sarah immediately said, Another teachable moment I see. Your data will never be more than how you see it.